That's the last time you will see this frame like that, because what I will do is I will apply a chrome color liquid metal, a golden candy yellow on top, and at last a race livery. So let's start with this video and let's strip the frame. This video is sponsored by nobody. So if you want to support me that I can do more of these tutorial videos, just check my Patreon, patreon.com/realmartingray. And to all of my Patreons, I uploaded all the graphics I used in this video on the Patreon channel, so you can use them as well. Just go on my Patreon, patreon.com/realmartingray, and download the graphics. Use them yourself if you like. Let me know if you did, and thanks a lot for your support. Yeah, the frame is stripped and ready for the paint job, and the first and important step is the primer. But what primer can we use? There are two things which are important. The first thing is the primer should be black because we use a black base coat, and the second one is it should stick on carbon, of course, because we have a carbon frame. I'll link you some primers underneath the video in the description as every time, so check the video description. I have to mix the primer and we will meet in the paint booth to prime the frame. Yeah, ready for the primer, but there are three important things we have to check before we can start spraying. The first one is make sure all the parts are absolutely clean. Degrease these parts, make sure there's no dust on the parts, no finger grease, nothing. The next one is make sure all the parts are masked, bottom bracket, head tube, all the bearing seats, all the stuff which need to be masked has to be masked. And the last and important thing is make sure that the spray gun flies. That's it. Let's put on a spray mask and let's spray. The next step is the most time-consuming one in the process. I have to sand the primer. That can take hours. I start with 600 grit and I will sand up to 1200 grit. So take your time. Maybe you need a day, maybe two. Maybe you have to re-primer if you sand through the primer. That's all possible. So let's start sanding and let's find out what happens. After 2.5 hours of sanding, I decided to do another layer of primer because there are still a lot of pinholes. All these yellow marked areas on the fork and on the frame are pinholes. You can see them here, 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 here. And I have to fill them with carbon filler. Then I have to do the primer again, another sanding, and then I can do the base coat and the clear coat because I need an absolutely flawless frame if I like to do the chrome finish. Do you know why most people fail when they like to do the chrome effect job? Because they are lazy suckers. It takes more than 4 days to prep the frame like this, and that's what people underestimate when doing these paint jobs. It's not easy to do the preparation, but when you suck up doing the preparation, you will never get the cool chrome effect. Frame is prepared and I mixed the base color. I decided not to go with black, instead I use a gray, and what I use is the Createx color opaque black and opaque white. I'll start with the black and I add 14% of the white to mix the gray. I let the base coat sit for 30 minutes at 60 degrees Celsius, and now comes by far the most difficult part of the complete paint job, the application of the clear coat. We need an absolutely flawless clear coat, no polishing afterwards, no dust removal, no touching of the clear coat after the application. So make sure you have the skills to apply a flawless clear coat, and make sure you have a pro spray gun, because that's a must if you want to do the clear coat. In my case, I have a 1.2 needle nozzle combination, and I'm using a 2-component high solid clear coat with 12% of thinner. That's much, but it's needed for me to apply the flawless clear coat. That's all I have to say. I'll show you a bit of the application of the clear coat. It's very dusty, but when the clear coat dries, we can check the frame, and then it's time for the fun part, the chrome color. The next step of the paint job is pure fun. It's the application of the chrome, which is super simple. For the chrome I use the MIPA V-Chrome Mirror Glaze. It's a 1-component color, and the only thing what I have to do is I have to apply 5 to 7 layers on the clear coated frame. And to do that I'm using an LVHP spray gun with a needle nozzle combination of 0.4, 0.8 is recommended, but it's not what I'm using. I like the 0.4 for the mirror glaze, because for me it's easier to use this spray gun. And as mentioned before, I will apply 5 to 7 layers of the MIPA V-Chrome, and I take my time. I apply a thin layer, wait 10 minutes, then I will apply another layer. I wait another 10 minutes, another layer, another 10 minutes, another layer, and so on and so on and so on. The golden candy color is on, and the next step is sanding. I have to be very careful because when I damage this paint job, the show is over. I have to start from scratch. So this step is super nerve-wracking. I have to be super careful when sanding. And yeah, that's the reason why I use a pad. That's a soft pad and the best for sanding these delicate paint jobs. Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to see me sanding all the time. It's super time consuming and nerve-wracking. It takes maybe an hour or an hour and a half. So I will pause the video and I will come back to you when the frame and the fork sanded. I need all my patience and yeah, some brain cells not to ruin the chrome paint job. And the next step in the painting game is cutting stencils for the black areas. And stencil 4, I'm using a vinyl cutter and I'm using Adobe Illustrator to create my design, so I have all vector files available to cut these stencils. And next I have to mix the blue with the color software for all the blue areas on the frame. Let's fill in some color in the spray gun, and for these base colors I'm using a needle nozzle combination of 0.8. And yeah, super simple. Don't forget to use a sieve to filter the color. And then it's time for some fun in the paint booth. I've decided to go with a layer of intercoat in between the colors, and yes, you guess it, the next step is again sanding. And it's exactly the same like last time. I take a soft pad and I carefully sand the surface until it's flat.
Down the road, by my half a sheep. Down the road, by my half a sheep. Hey, boom, 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 boom. Hey, boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and it's time for the last step in the painting game. Let's lay down some clear coat.
I went down the road, by my half a sheep. I went down the road, by my half a sheep. I went down the road, by my half a sheep. I went down the road, by my half a sheep. road, far now have to see.